Yo, welcome back to a special edition of Sports Talk with KC. It's your boy back again each and every Wednesday night. We're live tonight on Thursday night. Tonight we got a special show. One of the shows that kind of did my heart. I like doing mock draft for people. Some people may remember last year's show with Will Anderson, who's now the uh, head soccer coach at Northside. Um, did a mock draft. He did the even numbers last year, I think. 'Cause he's a Titans fan. Did the odd numbers. I went pretty well. Tonight I got X and O Sports, Xavier Houston Senior, with me tonight. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Glad to be back at it. I took yesterday off, so we can do it tonight. With it being a week, the draft being a week away, so it was only fitting. Before we get into the draft, though, everybody make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to Titletown TV, as well as Sports Talk with KC on Facebook and Instagram as well, and also X and O Sports. Go and put good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. It's X's No Sports. You can find me anywhere on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I have a podcast. Uh, yeah, love talking about sports and excited to do this mock draft. And of course, I got my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. My cup sitting right here and everything. So, hey, let's get it going.
Oh yeah, man. But before we get started, we got a few receivers that's not happy with their contracts. Have seek requests to get traded. Another guy who is part of a team who's kind of rebuilding, just traded away their star quarterback. Um, but yeah, man, Debo Samuels, he asked for a trade yesterday. He does not happy with his contract. He feels like he does carry a lot of the workload and want to be compensated for it. Is there a team that you can see him going to? Um, and what they could trade him for?
Um, when you look at Debo, like his issue is this: he is getting used in this hybrid type position. To me, he's the reverse of a Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is a running back that has wide receiver skills.
Mm-hmm.
Debo Samuels is a wide receiver that has running back skills. So that's how I look at it. And when I'm looking at a team, I mean, I think part of his issue is he wants to be used more as a wide receiver. He feels like the fact that he got used at running back might devalue him a little bit. The wide receiver running back market's a little bit different. So I would probably say, I mean, and this team could probably be in the run for all of them. But maybe the Jets could use them. Hey, Kansas City has two picks in the first round that they could flip for Debo, and you look at the way that they use Tyreek Hill. He's not the blazer that Tyreek is, but as far as their game play is very similar outside of that deep threat that Tyreek is. They're both very good in space, very shifty. You can throw it to them in the flat, and they can make five guys miss and take it down the field. So I think maybe Kansas City or the Jets would be a good fit for him.
Right. Jets definitely have the draft capital to do it. They can probably just use the 10th pick and maybe a later round pick and get it done. Um, Chiefs, I like that you said that because they are struggling to get the ball running in the rushing game. I know Clyde Edwards Hilaire, they spent a first round pick on him. He hasn't looked very good in the first couple of years of his career. And Debo should help with the rushing game. Another team I want to throw out there, Ravens. I seen a graphic with them earlier with him in the Ravens jersey, and I was looking at how he fit, and I think he fit well. They have Hollywood Brown, who's more of a deep threat, and they have the big guy in Bateman, who's a big tall receiver, big long catch radius, and you have Debo who can play in the slide, who can catch the flats and the screen routes and can do some things in the run game. So that offense will definitely be have multiple facets that they can go with. They can go deep, they can go underneath. It don't matter. if they added Debo.
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens would be an interesting fit, but I think they might go up a little bit against what he really wants to do. Because I feel like they would use him in that similar role that he's been used in out in San Francisco, where he'll be in the backfield a lot, taking handoffs. Now, I think it could absolutely make the Ravens offense dynamic beyond belief. When you're talking about J.K. Dobbins coming back, you got Lamar at quarterback. You mentioned the wide receivers in Bateman and in Brown. And then, of course, you got Mark Andrews, who is fighting for the conversation in the position of the best tight end in the NFL currently. And he's probably the best young tight end in the NFL. If you look at the other guys, they're a little bit older, Kelsey and a Waller, and Gronk is past his prime at this point. But I mean that Debo Samuel to the Ravens would make that offense next level just because of his versatility.
Oh yeah, for sure. Whoever gets him, definitely gonna need to use him in the best way possible. Just get the ball in the hand in general. Like you said, he might want to do something different, not just be such a workload as in run game and the receiving game. You might just want to be strictly a receiver. And they're getting paid at this point more than the running backs are. So we might want to show that he's the best receiver in the game. So maybe a team that needs him more like the Jets would end up with him.
Yeah, definitely.
AJ Brown. How you feel about him possibly leaving Tennessee?
I I don't. I think out of all of them, these young guys, I feel like AJ's probably still in the best situation. He still has Ryan Tannehill. You're gonna get Derrick Henry back, so you have the big three, the triplets like they used to call them in Dallas back in the '90s. So when I look, he's in the best situation. The question is, are they going to be willing to pay him what he thinks he's worth?
Right.
You know, the wide receiver market kind of got blown to shreds. Christian Kirk signed that insane deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they just kind of threw everything for a loop. When you look at his production compared to these guys that we're talking about,
Right.
so
That's what it was. I mean,
so
he goes
he's in the best situation. But if he's looking to go somewhere else, he's going to want to go somewhere that has an established quarterback or a quarterback that he can trust. And you look at his relationship with a Jalen Hurts. They came out of high school together. Jalen tried to get him to come to Bama. They've been boys for a while. So maybe Philly, just for the standpoint of his relationship with Jalen, and I think getting a proven guy, a big body guy, is really what Jalen needs for certain situations. He's got a good tight end. You have Devontae Smith that can stretch the field and is the more elusive guy. You got Quez Watkins, who is a great number 3. I think he can be a solid number 2, but he's a great number 3 as a wide receiver. So if you were able to get an AJ Brown into that offense, I think it makes things easier, especially down near the goal line with Jalen's ability to run the ball. I feel like they would probably be the best fit. And of course, like I said, you always have the Jets that can make a move because of the draft capital that they do have. But I feel like Philly might be the best fit for AJ.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the Chiefs would want to throw their hand in the hat because of his size and his big playmaking ability. It never had a receiver that size.
Yeah.
Maybe what Dwayne Bowe back in the day, maybe. But
No. AJ is a different animal.
Right, so he's not the size of AJ, but like far as that caliber of receiver and similar sizes. But yeah, Chiefs have definitely haven't had that big big size receiver to get the ball to. They had Tyreek, who's a smaller guy. Of course, he does things with his speed and stuff like that. And then, of course, you got Kelsey at tight end. But as far as having a guy that size, they'll definitely love him. Add him to Nicole Hartman and MBS. and you got to electrify offense for real. We got DK, old Miss teammate DK Metcalf. He's on a rebuilding team. They just traded Russell Wilson to Denver. He could possibly get traded. I know he probably doesn't want to be part of a rebuild right now. He's definitely in the prime of his career. You think he stays or he seeks a trade?
With DK, I feel it's the same thing that not he doesn't have the relationship with Jalen as far as I know that AJ does, but I think Philly would be a good fit for him. I like the idea of also Kansas City because as big as he is, he's also a speed receiver. The physicality and the speed with him makes him a matchup nightmare. And when you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes that can stretch the field, it would be a great fit. Maybe it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you look at some of these guys because of the way that they play and the style that they play, and you got to match them up with a system and a quarterback that can at least aid them. And with DK, I like Philly. I like Kansas City. Maybe it would be an interesting move if he went to the Chargers. Because he gets the same benefits as if he was playing with a Patrick Mahomes and a quarterback that has a cannon that can move in the pocket when plays break down, which is what he had with Russ as well. Maybe you can, and I like Keenan Allen, but he's getting up there in age. He's around 30 now.
You could throw him in the trade.
Throw him in the trade. You don't have to necessarily give up a first rounder for DK if you do that. So maybe the Chargers with him, and that would be the move for me. The Chargers, or maybe, and the thing is, these guys are trying to get paid. That's the biggest factor for all of these guys. They're trying to get paid. So with him trying to get paid, you have to look at it from that aspect as well. So yeah,
I know with DK's situation, he trying to get paid and he trying to win. He know his team rebuilding, so they're not gonna win as much. But then again, it's like I'm getting paid, so why not just make it easy money? I guess because I don't know.
Yeah. Anywhere else you got for him?
I was thinking Indy, because I know I think T.Y. is gone, right?
Who?
For, the Colts.
Yeah. Well, they got a. Who they got?
I know Pittman's still on the rookie deal, so they got the money for him. And then Matt Ryan deal, it was big, but it's not huge to where they can't flex it around and we can get DK.
Well, most of his money is with the Falcons.
Right.
So and Matt's at the end of now. The thing is, he's probably not going to want to go somewhere with an extremely old quarterback,
right?
To where he'll be in this situation in 2 years, and then he's on a contract that's too big to trade.
Yeah, so, I just said them because I know they were close to the playoffs, and I know if they had a receiver like him, and then a Matt Ryan he's better than Carson Wentz, he's better than Phillip Rivers. The year he played in Indy, they can at least make, a conference championship game at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With DK on the field.
Yeah. Indy would be a good fit for him. I like that one.
Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into the draft real quick. You can see the board.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know y'all don't know it just yet, but I'm doing the odd numbers, which means 1, 3, 5, 7, and on and on. He's doing the even numbers. His squad is the Steelers, and they're picking at 20. We're not doing any trades. Straight down the board. With my first pick, I'm going to go for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not going to go with the casual pick, the normal pick for everybody, Hayden Hutchinson. I'm going to bleed the hype train and go for Trayvon Walker. Where is he at? Trayvon Walker out of Georgia, edge rusher. Uh, they said he has the highest upside of all of the pass rushers in this year's draft. I know Aiden has been linked to the number one pick since he was a Heisman finalist. It seems like Trayvon has gathered so much steam since the end of the season to now. Had a great combine. He didn't do that great statistically on that Georgia defense because he played with so many other great players like Jordan Davis, a guy we're probably going to draft later on, the Kobe Dean, Devontae Wyatt, guys like that. But Trayvon, I think he'll develop into a great player, especially alongside Josh Allen, the defensive end, not the quarterback, and the former LSU Tiger. What is his name? Played for the Jaguars.
Chase on.
Yeah, that guy. So that edge rush room, that rotation should be great with the addition of Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon Walker with the first pick. Wow, you blew it up. You blew it up.
I know. I was like, bro, Aiden is too obvious, bro. And I know Evan Neal is probably a bigger need, but it's been lately. I've heard Trayvon number one or Trayvon at two, and I want to see how it plays out if he goes number one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I got another mock coming up in a few days or next week with K-Jack. So maybe I go Aiden next time.
Oh wow. All right. So with the second pick, the Detroit Lions, I'm going with the guy who, if he's not the number one pick, definitely ain't falling past number two, and that's Hayden Hutchinson out of Michigan. You know, he's not a flashy guy. He's not gonna impress you with some of these numbers or things like that, but that dude is a hard worker, and he feels the need on that defense for the Lions. You know, they got Dan Campbell as the head coach. He's a little bit of an old school guy who's really going to be trying to get down, get dirty, and win in the trenches. So, yeah, I think he'll be a great fit there. And he gets to stay in Michigan, you know, being the son of a former player, a Michigan player, on top of playing his college ball there. So I think he'll be a great hometown pick for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely a need. I can name not one defensive end they have right now. I think Trey Flowers has went back to the Patriots now. That defense looks ugly, man. I know you have some more needs in the secondary and the linebacker. But yeah, definitely Aiden will definitely glide that defense to the future. Make the championship defense. Hopefully, Jeff Okuda starts to progress. I know he spent the high draft pick on him. So definitely Aiden with the number two pick. They have another pick at 32 from the Rams in that Jared Goff Stafford trade. So maybe they get some offense to help out Jared Goff. With the third overall pick, it seems like the Texans need a little bit of everything at this point. Obviously, they traded away Deshaun Watson, even though he didn't play last year because of obvious reasons. They have Davis Mills. I definitely could go with Malik Willis right here, but I'm definitely not. I think Davis Mills has somewhat of ability to be in the league, at least a low-end starter. And so you got to protect him so he can definitely make plays and be better than just a low-end starter. So I'm going to go with Evan Neal, number one tackle in this draft. Not being a homer, but I feel like he fits more in that Houston offensive line with them still having Larry Thompson at left tackle. I know they have Tyrus Howard at the other tackle, but he's played a lot of guard, so move him inside the guard. Play Evan back at right tackle, which he played in 2020, the championship team when they had Alex Leatherwood, former first round pick of the Raiders this past season, playing left tackle. So yeah, Evan Neal is the pick for the Texans. I can see them going receiver or edge at 13, their second pick.
No, that's a solid pick. I mean, Evan Neal might be the safest pick in this year's draft when it is all said and done. He's dominated for 3 years at college at three different positions at the standard for college football, Alabama. Of course, for everybody that can see my sign behind me, I'm an Alabama fan. Get over it. No, I think that's a great pick. And when you're in a rebuild, if you got faith in a quarterback, you get the cornerstone on that offensive line, and you protect him, and you see what the future holds going forward. But so the Jets have the fourth pick, and I am going to go with barbecue sauce Gardner. I'm going with Ahmad Gardner. I think he is. It's a debate between him and Stingley, who's the best corner in this draft. But Stingley has an injury history, and that makes me question things. Hasn't been able to stay healthy since that amazing freshman year. Still super athletic, still able to make moves and things of that nature. But I just feel like if we look at it, the best fit for them, and they need help a lot of places. But I think what we saw Sauce Gardner do for 3 years in Cincinnati is unheard of, and he's a big guy, 6'2.5", 6'3", and he's able to make plays all over the field and lock down one side of the field. He might be the next Darrell Reeves for him. So I think he's a solid pick there.
Oh yeah, had 3 sacks this season, had 3 interceptions, and all three of his collegiate season. First team All American, first team All American Conference. The last 3 seasons, while consistent All American. So I mean, dude was going crazy the last couple of years, and this season he definitely blew up. We saw that especially with Cincinnati's success going to the college football playoff this season. Him and Desmond Ritter, a guy we might talk about today, as well, guided that team to the playoffs. All right, number 5, we got the Giants with their first 2 picks in the top 10. Um, a lot of people are calling for Daniel Jones to leave. Some people are saying that they should, go out and give him the best chance they have. They picked up a lot of skill players last season with Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay, guys like that. So now it's time to protect him. Uh, let's get Akeem Aquanu from North Carolina State to play tackle opposite Andrew Thomas, first round pick from a few years ago, and protect Daniel Jones and give him a legit shot and being a NFL quarterback, as well as getting Saquon Barkley back rolling again. He's one of the better running backs in the league right now, and playing behind a crappy offensive line is not going to show that.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. They need some help on that offensive line. They have the weapons. They have the skill players. Now the question is, once you do this, once you shore up that offensive line, now it is all on Daniel Jones. So let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can live up to being a first round pick. And if he doesn't this year, you go into the 2023 draft, which is a better quarterback draft, looking for that replacement.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. They got Bryce. Of course, they got CJ Stroud. They got Spencer Rattler coming out next year. Keldon Chavez. Both those guys could have going into the season we thought we were going to be in this draft, but had a down year, transferred to other schools. So maybe they're on the Giants' radar next season.
definitely.
Before we get to number 6, I also thinking about Sauce for the Giants. I know they don't love James Bradbury's contract, and he hasn't lived up to it yet. So Sauce
Yeah.
definitely would have been a great addition to that secondary.
Oh yeah, I agree with that one. But they got to pick a, in a second. You might be able to get some DB help, or maybe the second round. We'll see. We'll see. With the number 6 pick, Carolina Panthers. Big talks about potentially trading for Baker Mayfield. Uh, Big talks about what they're going to do at the quarterback position. Got holes to fill on my offensive line and things of that nature. And I just still think it is too early to go after the quarterback in this year's draft. Because once again, next year's class is loaded, so you don't want to get stuck with a guy that you might not truly love when you have the potential to get another guy next year. So I'm going to go with Charles Cross out of Mississippi State at tackle to help shore up that offensive line. Maybe Darnold does a little bit better with a better line, as well as McCaffrey staying healthy. Or if it's Baker Mayfield, they make a trade for. Always helps to protect the quarterback.
Yeah, man. Like you mentioned, Baker is possibly on the way to Charlotte to be the quarterback of the Panthers next season. So you're not going that direction. I see why. Charles Cross is definitely one of the better offensive tackles in this year's draft, top 3. He's considered maybe the best pass rusher of the 3. Has definitely played more passing snaps with that air raid offense of Mississippi State under Coach Mike Leach down there in Mississippi State. Yeah, I definitely would go with Charles Cross. That would be consideration for Kayvon Thibodeau with them still being right there. But I think Charles Cross is the safest, smartest pick right here with the offensive line. Definitely needs some help. I think Kayvon will be more of a luxury with them having Brian Burns off the edge already.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. We got the Giants back up at 7. With this pick, Sauce is gone. Of course, Derek Stilling's there. Could go in that direction. All 3 the top tackles are gone. Of course, Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett are still out there. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to give Daniel Jones another shot this season. So I'm going to go on the defense side of the ball and go with Kayvon Thibodeau. He seems like a New York player to me, man. He seems like he could be like the next Odell Beckham on the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has a swagger about himself, very confident, smooth dude, it seems like. So I think he will definitely live in the lights in New York.
Oh, agree. And Kayvon, talent-wise, might be the best player in the draft.
Right.
But, some of his work ethic has been questioned. And, does he really love football, or is it just a foot in the door to bigger things, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, hey, NFL careers on average are about 3.5 years. So you're talking about something that could be over before it really starts.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at it like, hey, if you could build a brand, and hey, what's a better place to build a brand than New York City? But no, I think Kayvon's a special football player and has the ability to be special off the edge. And I think that's a great pick for number 7.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely need someone off the edge to go along with last year's second round pick, Aji Ojulari out of Georgia. So yeah, man, him and Kayvon KT as they call him, with the 1-2 punch, and with Leonard Williams in the middle.
Agreed.
Got the Falcons, man. What you gonna do, man?
Oh man, that's your team, ain't
Uh, Locally, yes. I root for Kansas City.
Oh man, with the Falcons, this is the first place, in my opinion, you really potentially could see a quarterback going off the board. They did bring in Marcus Mariota after trading Matt Ryan. So the question is, do they at least have faith in Mariota for a season? And you look at the suspension to Calvin Ridley out for the year. They still have Kyle Pitts. Cardell Patterson is your running back, but I'm not taking a running back in this year's class at number 8, or I don't know when the next time we'll see a top 10 pick for a running back. So for me, it's down to quarterback, wide receiver, and then, of course, cornerback. You have A.J. Terrell there, who's turning into a young lockdown corner. Do you want to go ahead and lock down the other side of that field? And for me, at number 8, you have to take the best player on the board, especially when it feels the need, and that is Derek Singlet Jr.
Oh, wow. I had already typed in Garrett Wilson, I'm not going to lie to you. I was thinking I just knew he was going to receiver. I was like, they have no Calvin. They have Kyle Pitts, and that's it.
It's a deep wide receiver draft.
I know.
Deep wide receiver draft.
You got the chance to get the first one, though. Oh, man. Well, yeah, I like the pick, though. Like you mentioned earlier, they do have A.J. Terrell out of Clemson. And he was a Pro Bowler this season. So adding Derek Stingley on the other side would definitely will have a 1-2 punch at corner. I think Atlanta will enjoy that pick too, especially him being an SEC player. It's kind of I wouldn't say kind of be like another home for him, but he did play for LSU and played in the SEC championship game years ago on the amazing 2019 team. So hey. Back to Atlanta, I guess, for Derek Stingley. Number 9, another spot, possible quarterback could go with Russell Wilson being in Denver. They were out also in talks with the Browns about getting Baker. I was hoping that Charles Cross would fall here with them not re-signing Dwayne Brown just yet. Let's see who is with the top on the board. I think Karloff is gonna fall. Trent, I think it's a bit of a reach right now. They don't have a needed linebacker, I don't know for sure. Even without Bobby Wagner, they do have Jordan Brooks.
You did this when you picked Trayvon first.
I know. I'm okay with it though. I think I'm gonna go with the safer pick. He's also part of this that amazing Georgia defense, or used to be at least. Jermaine Johnson, defensive end out of Florida State.
Wow.
Man, he's one of the guys who rose too. I think I remember maybe December, January when after their season ended, and he was like second round at the most, and now I'm hearing top 10, top 15 for Jermaine. And edge rush is definitely needed for Seattle. Definitely needs an edge rush off the edge. They tried to shore up the defense with was it LJ Collier out of TCU years ago. He hasn't panned out just yet. So getting Jermaine Johnson would definitely help that defense out.
I like it. I like it. I like it, and I appreciate that for this reason right here. For this reason right here, I think Jermaine's going to be really good. He's an explosive guy. Maybe needs to put on a little bit more weight, but I think he has a chance to be great. And he's a former last chance you guy, so I think he'll be the first round pick from the last chance you series. But this is where I'm going to go. You ready for this? I don't know if you're ready for
Hmm?
this. I'm going Kyle Hamilton.
Oh, I'm okay with that. The Jets need a safety. I was thinking receiver.
I know you were. I know you thinking wide receiver because
It
I thought about it.
seems like they've been begging for a receiver, bro. They've been in talks with all the top receivers will be traded. Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown. It seems like he always in receiver talk. So I know they trying to get Zach Wilson all the help they can get. So I would have went receiver here, but I'm okay with you that you did do that because I was unsure how he fit in the Washington defense. Kyle Hamilton did, so I'm okay with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this, and I had a feeling you were going to take him at 11 if I let him slide. But I mean, you look at what you look. The Jet strong suit is their defense already. You got Quentin Williams on the front line. You've got C.J. Mosley back in the middle. You get Sauce Gardner to lock down one side, and then you put Kyle Hamilton over the top. Man, that makes that defense very scary.
Oh yeah,
Very scary.
oh
So
yeah.
that's why I went with that pick because I think it can change the outlook of that team. Like I said, this is a very, very deep wide receiver class. I don't think I feel like if you've got other needs and you aren't just in love with a specific guy, and if you're in the top 10 and you're not in love with a Garrett Wilson or a Drake London, fill your other needs if the guy's there. And at number 10, Kyle Hamilton is a top three player in this draft. No reason not to take him.
Completely understand, man. Uh, but you left me in the pickle, man. Like I mentioned before, I had Kyle Hamilton plugged in 11 for the Commanders. They need safety help. They released Landon Collins. Landon Collins. A couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever it was. They definitely need help at safety. The defense was not like it was 2 years ago. Um, Chase Young got hurt. Um, but yeah, man, it kind of shift things back to the offense for me. Um, now, that second biggest need outside of safety for me would be wide receiver. I know Trayvon Lawrence is there, but it seems like they spam him so much. They lean on him so heavy that getting another receiver would definitely take the pressure off of him, kill some of those double teams he was getting. Curtis Samuel, he's a solid receiver. Denami Brown, I think it was the fourth round pick out of UNC last season. Hasn't developed just yet. He still has time. He's only his second season coming up. But yeah, man, you left me with four good receivers to pick from. Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, Alabama, obviously, Chris Olave, and Drake London. And the consensus best one out of all of them is Garrett Wilson. So I have to go with Garrett Wilson at this pick, number 11 for the Commanders. But still kind of weird to say. I'd be itching to say Redskins so bad.
No way. I think Garrett Wilson might be the. It was a debate before Jameson got hurt who the best wide receiver was in this class. If you want to go with a guy that you know is going to be healthy or you hope to be healthy, that you're not worrying about an immediate recovery process when they show up to the training facility, I think Garrett Wilson is your best choice to go with there. So yeah, I definitely don't fault you there. Um, Now this is where it gets interesting for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I was every mock I've seen, just about every mock I've seen had Derek Stingley here at 12 to the Vikings. Keep him in that purple and gold. Put him with Patrick Peterson, the LSU alum. It just seemed like the dream fit. But now he's gone. Cal Hamilton's gone. Sauce is gone. I hear a lot of talks about receiver, which seems like a luxury. So I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah. I might have put myself in a pickle here. Uh, man, if and you know what, you taking Jermaine Johnson at number 9 really got me. That
I
because that's where I would have gone. That's where I would have gone.
but the thing with that is, you grab Cross, and I was thinking that you're gonna grab a quarterback, and it threw me off. I was like, "Dang, bro, Cross is gone. The other two tackles are gone, obviously." And then the edge rush started falling. I was like, "Bro, what do they need?" And then I was thinking corner, of course, with them losing DJ Reed, and I was just like, "Nah, man. If they had pass rush, it would definitely help their secondary get up tremendously better. If you can't get past the defensive end, you're not getting past my corners, obviously either. So,
Yeah.
he's
Oh man,
supposed to be at six.
this is a tough one. I'm going to go with. Man, this might be a reach, just because of the position. But it's a position of need for him, and he's by far the best in the draft. I'm going Tyler Linderbaum, center out of Iowa.
Oh, no, I thought you were going. I thought you were going Jordan Davis. Davis. I was like, it's definitely a need for them because they don't have a solid defensive tackle right now.
Yeah, yeah, but I gotta. I'm gonna go Tyler Linderbaum.
Understandable. I had him mocked at 7 for the longest, and then he started to fall. When I
You
was
had a center mocked at 7.
Yeah, because I was thinking that it would go O line back to back at 5 and 7, like Akeem or Neal at 5, and then go Linderbaum at 7. And I was like, that'd be a great offensive line. Thomas, Linderbaum, and
Neal.
Neal or Akeem. Like Daniel Jones had no excuse at that point. We got you protections. We have you 4 good receivers. We got you Barkley in the backfield. Like, what else you want to ask for, bro?
Yeah, no. You right. You right. I respect it.
Texans at 13.
Everything.
I'm not. I'm gonna lock it in right now. Actually, I'm going to go with receiver. Again, the big names are still on the board. Jameson, Drake London, and Olave. But I'm going to go with Drake London. They have true number 1 in Brandon Cooks, who can stretch the field as well. Great route runner. But they don't have a big guy with the size of Drake London, who's like 6'4", 215. Can stretch the field. Big guy and with the yardage. So Drake London, I think it will give Davis Mills a big time target downfield and in the red zone.
No, I like that. I like that. Yeah, and it gives them 2 big wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Nico Collins, Drake London. You got an athletic tight end in Brevin Jordan, and you still got Brandon Cooks who can operate out of the slot. That's not a bad pick at all. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was thinking Jameson, and I was like, nah, he kind of a smaller guy. And I know they could use a bigger guy. I forgot about Nico. You're right about Nico. But I think Drake is a little bit more polished than Nico is.
Well, Nico's an outside. You play Drake in the slot as well. He could be a big slot receiver. So, number 14, the Baltimore Ravens. Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Woo. Oh, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy.
What's that?
the monster in the middle, Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis. Before you keep going, why not Devontae Wyatt and Calais Campbell's getting old?
Yes, he is, but you, dude, I saw somebody I saw somebody say I think they called Jordan Davis Dontario Poe. Jordan Davis Dontario Poe on speed or something like that. I mean, that is a massive man moving, and that can just be disruptive as a whole. I like Devontae Wyatt, and I think Devontae Wyatt is going to be a first-round draft pick. And as long as you don't take him before where I have him in my head, he's a first-round pick for sure.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking because he's a better pass rusher, and I know they rely on Campbell a lot as a pass rusher, in that defensive tackle spot. And with them being older, getting the guy like Wyatt to be his successor would be my pick here. Trent McDuffie would definitely get another consideration here.
Without a doubt.
With some corner help, and he could definitely start off in the slot corner until they probably get rid of Marcus Peters and put him on the outside full time.
No, I mean it was either going to be Davis or McDuffie. I don't know if you can pass up an opportunity to get a Jordan Davis. That dude is an absolute monster in the middle. So it's one of those like, where do you go with it? And I think his ability to just shut down the middle of an offensive line is impressive, and it gives me that his ability that Haloti Mata or an athletic Tony Saragusa, a guy that has always dominated the middle of that Baltimore defense.
Tim Jernigan, what name is big boy?
Yeah,
Timmy Jernigan.
Yeah. No, you're right. Timmy Jernigan.
Oh man. Go Eagles next. Another bird out here, number 15. I've already made my selection. It's gonna be set in stone. Jameson Williams. It seems like it's perfect fit. You got the Bama boys and Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Jalen Reagor, a guy you mentioned earlier, hasn't proven to be that guy, especially with a guy like Justin Jefferson in his same draft class doing the things he's doing, back-to-back Pro Bowler. So it's time to bring some more competition into the receiver room, man. You got Devontae Smith, Jameson Williams now. You got Miles Sanders in the backfield. Jalen Hurts is definitely ready to go, make some noise, man. He made a lot of plays last season, steady improvement as a passer. We can do it with his legs. So I definitely see Philly making a move like this and making some noise toward the playoffs, especially in an easy division.
Yeah, I think the NFC East might be the most wide open division in the NFL. So I definitely think you give him another weapon. You definitely could have gone defense there. They need a linebacker. You also have Darius Slay getting up there in age, but I think giving him another weapon, just adding more speed on that offense can make it even more dangerous.
Yeah, I think that receivers more of a dire need with this draft being like it is, very top heavy a receiver. After the top 7, 8, it kind of drops off. But with linebacker, you got David Lloyd, you got Kobe Dean, you got Christian Harris, Leo Chenal. Let's see, Brandon Smith gets some love, guy from Penn State. Brian Asamoah from Oklahoma. He gets some love too as well. Late second, third round pick. So I think it went on linebacker and get more of a premier position like receiver here at 15.
Okay. So we finally got the Saints on the board here at 16. And this is where it happened. This is it. This is it.
Nah,
This is it.
nah, man, not right here.
Right here. Right here. This is it.
You're
This
not even
is
doing
it. This is it.
Just wait.
Right here.
Go for it.
Right here.
Go for it.
The New Orleans Saints with the 16th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft select their replacement for Michael Thomas, Chris Olave.
Oh, you got me, brother. You got me. You got me. No. I thought he's gonna do it. He's gonna pick Malik Willis. I know he is. Yeah, I had Chris Olave. That's the crazy part about it. And I erased all of it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, man. I think Olave, what he brings to the game and his ability as a route runner, and he showed that he does have top end speed, which I really liked for him. Yeah, man, I can't complain there. So I think you at least get him in there, and hopefully Mike Thomas can get it back together, and you can have a unbelievable Ohio State wide receiver duo, because I think Jameis Winston has at least earned the opportunity for another year. He looked very well improved before his knee injury. So if he can bounce back from that, I think that's a solid pickup for them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Chris Olave brings something different than Mike Slant Boy Thomas does in the game. He's deep threat, very smooth route runner, take the top off the defense. So yeah, man, Chris Olave here would be a great pick for the Saints. James like to chunk the ball down the field, so he would definitely find him downfield somewhere. 17, the Chargers. Jordan Davis is gone. He was definitely the guy I had mocked here. They definitely one of the worst teams in run defense. I feel like they have great players in all the skill positions, and now with Khalil Mack, they have somebody at linebacker, and they have. They drafted last year Rashawn Slater on the offensive line and to play left tackle and was a Pro Bowler. And I think they tried to do it again with the right tackle. Trevor Penning out of North Iowa. Yeah, man, big nasty dude, man.
Big nasty.
He gonna call some penalties, but he's going to maul some people.
Yeah.
That dude is very physical, man. He put him in the right tackle, the strong side for the run game. So get off the heckler going again, make that offense a little more balanced. Maybe in the second round, get another receiver to replace Keenan later on when he would retire here soon with him getting older in age. But right now, getting O-line in the first round is the move.
Solid pick, man. I ain't got nothing to add to it. That was a beautiful pick. And your little pep talk might have talked me out of what was going to be my second Eagles pick. It might have. You might have talked me out of it. You might have. Maybe. I'm not sure though. If I am the Philadelphia Eagles, you've got two big needs. Of course, as you can see. Linebacker and DB. You got another wide receiver to change things up, add a little more explosiveness on the offense. I am going with the best available linebacker on the board, because you just cannot pass that up. I think as deep as linebacker can be, as deep as linebacker can be, I think DB might be a little bit deeper. I think you can get a better DB a little bit later in this draft class, and I am going with Devin Lloyd out of Utah.
Yes, sir. Great pick, man. Uh, uh, I feel like at 15, it was no point of doing it because no one in between 15 and 18 was targeting linebacker. Um, obviously, the Saints have bigger needs at quarterback, receiver, O line. Chargers, they beat that defense up tremendously with J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack. So, offensive line was a great pick for them. Lloyd falling to 18 to the Eagles is definitely a great pick. They definitely struggled to find the next great linebacker for them. And Devin Lloyd, sideline to sideline, even though he didn't taste great in the combine, his game speed and the way he plays, his tenacity, he could be the next, Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis type of guy, start linebacker, middle linebacker. Saints at 19. They have the pick of the litter right here at quarterback, obviously with Willis and Kenny Pickett falling here. A lot of people probably didn't see this coming from falling this low, being the top quarterbacks. Um, before this draft had happened, I was thinking that maybe Willis and Pickett would be gone, and Matt Corral would actually be the pick here. I would love to see him in the Saints. I don't know why. I feel like he'll be a good fit for them, but with Malik Willis still being there, it's kind of hard to pass him up. I'm going with Malik Willis, man.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you.
You can get the Pittsburgh kid, bro, and keep him in the
Man. Oh, you're a dagger. The dagger.
and I can see a situation where Willis get. Jameis Williams, Jameson, Jameis Winston gets pulled for Malik Willis as well.
Oh man, you just dagger to the heart.
I know
Oh man, because
that was your pick.
that that was my pick for my team, man. That was my pick for my team.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Oh man,
I had to stay true to my board, and if I'm the Saints, I have Willis ranked ahead of Kenny. The tackles are gone.
I know.
Traylon Burks is too close to Mike Thomas as the style of receiver, so I couldn't go there. Yeah, man. McDuffie did get a little consideration because they do need another corner opposite Lattimore. And so, yeah, I definitely had to go with Malik Willis, man. I'm sorry. I know he was our playoff pusher.
Well, I guess since you made me, I guess I'll take Kenny Pickett.
I thought so.
I guess I'll take Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's good, of course. We're doing this draft with no trades or anything like that, so we don't know what moves will be made on draft night.
Oh yeah, man. Especially at 6, I think trade starts happening at 6, and from there it gets a little crazy. People start panicking.
I think trades happen at 9.
Yeah, if draft felt like it felt tonight, definitely at 9. Because Jermaine, I can definitely see falling to maybe 14 to Baltimore or 15 to the Eagles. But him going 9 to the Seattle Seahawks was kind of a reach, but then again, it wasn't because the way he's driving. Pick it to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, now we have.
Pit to pit.
Yeah. He's going to pack his bone room up and move him in. With the 21st overall pick, we have the New England Patriots. Obviously they have corner needs with J.C. Jackson now being in L.A. with the Chargers. Of course, they could trade back as they normally do. Traylon Burks is here. A receiver. They have needs a receiver. George Karlaftis is falling. Um, they pick again at 54. Got McDuffie, George, Karlaftis, got Traylon. Still got the Kobe Dean at linebacker, which is another need. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go with I want to go with George Karlaftis. He just seems like a Patriot player. Um, Edge is another need for them. The defense has gotten older and some pieces have moved around now, and they need some fresh legs at defensive end.
Respect it, and I appreciate that. Traylon Burks to the Green Bay Packers. Give Aaron Rodgers his first round wide receiver. Give Aaron Rodgers his first round wide receiver.
They're not gonna do it. Until it happens, I believe it. I kind of wanted him to fall to the Packers because them trading away Devontae Adams and let MBS walk, yeah, it's unacceptable for them resigning Aaron Rodgers. He could have just
they did. They let everybody go. Adams got traded. MVD got. They let Walt. They let Kwame St. Brown walk. They ain't got nobody but Amari Rodgers and Alan Lazard.
Right. Amari's a slot guy. So.
Yeah.
All right. Traylon Burks to the Packers. Great pick, man. Well, with the edge rushers being gone, now the top receivers are gone here for the Cardinals. I think it's time for Trent McDuffie to come off the board, man. They need some corner help. They missed out on George Karlaftis just a second ago to the Patriots. Trent McDuffie definitely fits a need. I think their best corner may be
Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, he's not bad. Just get another Washington boy out there at corner.
He's not bad. He's not Patrick Peterson or one of the
he's solid though. I think he'll be a good pro.
Oh yeah. Cowboys, the America's team.
And give me that monster in the middle, Devontae Wyatt.
Oh wow, no whole line help for Dak.
Give me Devontae Wyatt. Give me that monster in the middle. We saw that offense was good enough to win in the playoffs. That defense just could. Well, I'll take that back. That offense was pretty bad, but the defense has improved, and I think at this point Devontae Wyatt is the best player on the board. So, I mean, tackle was definitely in consideration. They got so many daggone linebackers. It's not even funny, man. And it really depends on what they do with Micah. Do they play him in the middle? Do they play him on the edge? There's a lot of questions that are left up there, but I think that's a solid pick.
All right. The Buffalo Bills. They use number 2 next to Stephon Diggs. They lost Levi Wallace and free agency to the Steelers. So I'm going to go with Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson to be on the other side of Trey White.
Good pick. I like it.
I was considering Zion Johnson or and Green and guard, but with them being pushed down, that could definitely help things in the second round for the Bills.
Yep, and I appreciate you not picking my man Zion Johnson is going to be a Tennessee Titan.
Who?
Zion Johnson, Tennessee Titan.
All right.
Go ahead and get a young buck in there to blow some holes open for the King Henry.
Like it. No consideration for Nakobe Dean.
They did lose Rashad Evans, and I like Nakobe Dean as a football player, but I don't know if I like a average speed 5'11", 225-pound linebacker in today's NFL.
Right.
That's the only concern with me.
The Bucks. Got Kyrie Ellen, which would be a fill a need at corner. Other guys, Kyler Gordon is a reach at corner. Jackson
Don't they
Mack.
still have Carlton Davis?
Huh?
Don't they still have Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy Bunting?
Yeah. I know they lost Jordan Whitehead. I know he's a slot corner safety hybrid. Devontae Wyatt's gone because of you. Dominican Sue's getting old. Zion Johnson's gone. They need some guard help with Marpet retiring. We still got King Green on the board. Could get some consideration. They've been linked to Jahan Dotson, the receiver out of Penn State, since the beginning of the draft process. Could go back that way. But I can see him falling to the second as well. Scott Moore's risen. George Pickens is better than what his production said. Christian Watson has risen a lot. Another game name I'm hearing some first round consideration for is Arnold Ebiketie. JPP getting up in age. William Golston is up and down a lot. So it's either Ebiketie or King Green at that moment. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Ebiketie. Official replacement for Jason Pierre-Paul.
I like it. All right. I am going to go with Green Bay's second first-round pick. Gave him the big wide receiver to replace because he's not going to be able to replace Devontae Adams yet and Traylon Burks. With the second pick, I'm going to help that offensive line, and I'm going to go with the best tackle left available, and that is Bernard Raymond out of Central Michigan. I think this dude could be a road grader and a very capable pass protector.
Yeah. I like Bernard Raymond. I think he's German, I want to say.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's like German or whatever. Still raw as a football player, but definitely, like you mentioned before, a mauler. I think he played in tight end in high school, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think he's signed with Central Michigan as a tight end.
Right. So he does have some movement skills. So yeah, being the possible left tackle of the future after David Bakhtiari leaves. Can probably play right tackle at the moment. So, good pick.
Let's see.
Let's see. We're not running. All right. The 29th overall pick. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the board back to back with 29 and 30. With this pick, I'm going to go with a more of a future need. With this guy probably not being able to play this season. If he does, it'll be late in the season. It's a need, but not an immediate need with them having Frank Clark and Chris Jones. But I'm gonna go ahead and snap David Ajabo, defensive end out of Michigan, late second round pick, first round pick. He doesn't hurt them that much. They're more of a very very good playoff contender, and I think that getting a guy like David Ajabo could eventually get in that edge rotation with Frank Clark and those guys, and be a centerpiece for the defense next season once he come back fully healthy.
I like it. I like it. That is a very good pick. And because you set me up for that, Shalom, um, I am going with what might be the surprise pick of the first round, but I think this dude can be a absolute beast in the NFL. He dealt with injuries in college. He is a Alabama native from right up the road from our hometown, and that is wide receiver George Pickens out of Georgia.
I like that pick. Kansas City is one of those teams we mentioned earlier for DK and AJ and Debo. So getting a big receiver like Pickens, like I mentioned earlier, his production doesn't show what he can do. He's a very good football player. Ran like 4.39 at the combine. Very
Super
fast.
fast.
Huh?
Or super fast for his size.
Right. 6'4", 200 plus pounds. So yeah, man, George Pickens out of Georgia is a great pick here. Like I mentioned earlier, that will be a different type of receiver in that Chiefs offense. Now we have the Bengals. Here sitting here. Of course, everybody wants to protect Joe Burrow. They did that in free agency, so they can move on to a different position, more of a permanent position. For me, a guy who kind of has fallen in the draft process, but I think will help that secondary. Kyrie Elam out of Florida. Right now, their best corner is unfortunately Eli Apple. So Kyrie Elam here at 31 for the Bengals would be a great pick in my eyes.
I like it. That's a good pick. I was actually for him. I would have probably leaned
Messed that up.
Kenyon Green,
Yeah.
but I think it's a solid pick.
Yeah, I know they added what guard did they add? Was it Ted Carson? Yeah, I know they added some guards this off season, so I figured Kenyon would probably wouldn't be needed anymore.
Yeah.
Crap.
We'll remember it. We'll remember it.
Yeah, but I said George Pickens supposed to be at 30, and then 31 will be Kyrie. Tyler Smith has not been picked yet.
At 32, I think the Detroit Lions go after the quarterback of the future. Quarterback of the future.
Would that be Sir Matt Corral?
You think so? I'm gonna go with
Or Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter, Cincinnati.
All right. I know. I figured it was either him or Matt Corral, and then if he didn't go there, I wouldn't be surprised if he went the Kobe Dean in the Olympics for sure.
Yeah, I considered it. I considered it.
All right. We're now in the second round. Jacksonville Jaguars got the 33rd pick. They went Trayvon at the first overall pick. As you can see, they still have needs at linebacker and safety. They traded Mal Jack to the Steelers. Damn, Steelers,
Thank you.
y'all traded some players. Traded for some players this offseason. But yeah, man, I'm going to replace him with N'Kobe Dean.
Good pick. Good pick. All right, 34. Back to the Lions. I'm gonna go DB and replace. And it might start to be around the Georgia guys. I'm going with my Lewis Singh safety.
Saying safety. You didn't want no Michigan Wolverines? You don't want Dax?
It's considered, but I like Singh as a safety. That dude play some old school hit in the mouth football.
Right. All right, Jets with that third pick and the top 35 picks. Kenyon Green is sitting there. I know they seem to be happy with George Fant at tackle. Makai Becton is a good left tackle. They traded up and drafted Elijah Bear Tucker last season. So pitting King Green would be a great person next to him. Who you pick? Cal Hamilton for them in the first round?
Hamilton and Gardner.
Okay. They still have needed receiver. Pickens is not there, obviously. Scott Moore, a guy who's risen up the board as well. Christian Watson is there. DeHaan Dodson. Um, they didn't get a receiver in the first. They have Elijah Moore and Braxton Burrows and Corey Davis. I think I'm gonna give them either Christian Watson or Kenny Green. Matter of fact, I'm going to go with Kenny Green. I'm gonna talk big brainless, as they say. Kenny Green at guard for the Jets.
All right, I am going to go Christian Harris, linebacker out of Alabama for the Giants.
The Giants. All right. All right. Got the Houston Texans up next. Um, they're definitely in need for everything. They went Drake London and see Evan Neal. Yeah, first round. Mm, Christian Harris to the Giants. I'm gonna go with Boye Mafe. He didn't get a chance to get one of the edge rushers in the first round, so I'm gonna go with Boye Mafe to get that pass rush off the edge.
All right. Let's see. Back to the Jets. You gave him an offensive lineman. I am going to give them a bigger bodied wide receiver, and I'm going to go with Christian Watson.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about doing. I was like, those teams in between 35 and 38 don't need a receiver. So if they went King Green at 35, they can go get a receiver at 38. So yeah, you did what I thought you would do. All right. The Chicago Bears. Of course, they drafted Justin
No, this is
Fields.
their
Like,
first pick.
huh?
This is their first pick.
Right. After that, who did they
Khalil
trade?
Mack trade. They
Well,
still
right
playing for
now.
that.
Yeah, they bit them in the butt after a while. But yeah, man. With this pick, we're gonna think about Justin Fields and give him some help at receiver. Scott Moore's there, but I think a guy like Jahan Dawson would give him a true number one more than a complimentary player like Scott Moore.
Okay. Back
Seahawks
to
at
back,
40.
back to back pick for the Seahawks. I am going to go Matt Corral, quarterback.
Good pick, good pick. I like it. I like it. All right, 41. I'm going to keep things in state. Uh, Here at 41 for Seattle, I'm going to go with Al Gordon. He's not the only Washington corner in this draft who's going to be good. Kyle Gordon held up his end in that secondary opposite Trent McDuffie. Has risen up the draft boards in this draft process, and he's now a top what, top 10 second
Yeah,
round pick. Colts.
Colts. Who'd you give him in the first round?
Nobody. They didn't have one.
That's right, they didn't. They traded their pick. Ooh, this is a good one. First pick of the draft, they didn't have a first round pick. That went to the Eagles. Ooh. Oh man. Mm, this might be my first like hard pick career. Let's give him Sky Moore to replace T.Y. Hilton as he's getting older.
Damn. Damn, damn, damn.
So you picked it.
I'm like, bro, could Scott Moore really fall to the Chiefs? He's been mocked to the Chiefs at 29 or 30 for the longest. And they got if they would have got
Give
him
me
at 50,
Sky Moore. You ain't gonna talk me out of it. Give me Sky Moore.
that's crazy. I was like, damn, bro, the Chiefs still might get this dude. But yeah, that's a good pick, man. Let's see who's the receiver. Yeah, the best guys are gone. George Pickens is gone, obviously. John Mechie probably next. But yeah, Scott Moore to the Colts. The Atlanta Falcons, who drafted who on the first? Oh, Derek Stingley. There's no receiver here. I love John Mechie, but not right here. Sam Howell is their quarterback. Um, tempting.
Come on now. Don't be scared now. What they say down in New Orleans? Come on now, Shy.
All right. I want to go with
I already know what I would do.
Drake Jackson, edge rush out of USC, and he's a pass rush.
He's a big edge too.
Huh?
He's a big edge, so he can be that 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Drake Jackson, man, for sure. They need pass rush help for a while now. They tried it with Vic Beasley years ago. They drafted Tank McKinley out of UCLA years ago. They haven't found a guy off the edge just yet. So try again with Drake Jackson.
All right. See, you said it was too early for him, but I'm gonna go ahead and prove you wrong because they need to replace Jarvis Landry's skill set. And why not get a more athletic guy to do it? John Mechie the third. You said too early, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this blessing you just dropped in my lap. Scoop it on up.
Like the pick, definitely. Like you mentioned, replace Jarvis Landry. If not here, then later on, the Patriots would be a great fit for John Mechie. Also, I had Trevor Jones for this pick for the Browns. They need a D tackle. The Baltimore Ravens. Let's go get a guy who played for their defense coordinator, and Daxton Hill out of Michigan. Can play some slot corner. They have Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys right now on the outside, and line up Daxton at the slot. You have a great defense, and Jordan Davis. Oh yeah, that Ravens defense will be back to championship form.
Who do the Vikings need to pick? There's been a run on wide receivers.
Who did they pick first?
There's been a run on wide receivers.
Tyler Lindenbaum. That's what they picked.
Let me see. You know what? Let's go with. Let's go with. Pull up the corners for me real quick. Who we got? Pull up the corners for me.
Say again?
Pull up the cornerback for me.
Okay. I think Roger McCreary and Martin Emerson should be the top two corners after that. Petrie is more of a safety.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Damn, we have Martin Emerson next. Damn, where is he at? Oh, damn. 108.
Oh, wow.
Damn,
PFF rankings are weird, bro. Pull up the guards for me.
The what?
Guards.
Okay. Got your head back. So I was about to say, boy, Cook is not going anywhere. All right. Didn't part him.
You know what? Give me.
I hate that draft board. I swear to God.
Who they go with in the first round? We went offensive line. We went center. Give me. Nick Benedito out of Oklahoma.
Okay. All right. Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders. They pick Garrett Wilson. Um, who just picked for the Vikings again?
Nick Bonanito out of Oklahoma. He's the guy.
Edge, yeah. Yeah, right here, number one. All right, I think I'm gonna go with Jalen Petre from Baylor for Washington. He is safety, and he's probably the best deep ball safety in the draft.
Man, they got him listed at corner.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Brisker wouldn't be a bad pick.
Huh?
Brisker wouldn't be a bad one.
Oh, yeah, Brisker definitely. He's more of an in-the-box safety. I think they need a deep ball safety. I know they replaced him in the college, though. So I can see what you're saying.
You know what, right here? Let's go with, I mean, I guess you'll have to hit George Pickens, but let's go with Tyler Smith.
Oh, shit. I forgot he was on board. Right.
Just hit George Pickens. We know it.
Okay. Damn, Tyler Smith made it in for? Who would have picked him instead? Maybe Baltimore. They need a right tackle. Atlanta could need a tackle. The Colts. Yeah. We have 50. Oh, 49. Okay. The Saints. They drafted Olave and
Malik Willis, you stole my heart. I don't want to talk about it.
all right.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Hate that move. I did that. Tackle class is ugly now.
Lucas is probably the best left.
Yeah, I see. He's ranked 49. The pick's 49.
That's money.
A little bit nothing neat other than those top three right there. Yeah.
Another corner.
Yeah, McCreary is there. I think I'm going with Travis Jones, though. He's ranked higher and a decent defensive tackle help. I think they lost, what, Sheldon Rankins?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go with Travis Jones.
I'm going to go Roger McCreary.
For the Chiefs, that's Jabo, McCreary,
Pickens.
Oh, and George Pickens.
Yeah.
It's a good draft class for the Chiefs. All right, Eagles. They went Devin Lloyd. They went Jameson Williams. Definitely secondary help now. All the corners are gone. We got Brisker, Nick Cross. Edwards is left. Kingsley Ekbari. Marvin Leo, big tackle.
I could have gone there with that big.
go with Jaquan Brisker. They lost Malcolm Jenkins, so replace him with Jaquan Brisker um, with next edition.
This might be a reach, but I think this dude is a baller. And I'm pulling this name way off the board. I'm going Kobe Bryant, Cincinnati, cornerback.
That's a bit of a reach.
It's a reach because of who he played across from.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that dude can play.
You don't think what's his name? The guy from UT San Antonio. What's his name? Woodley.
I'd go Bryant over him.
Marcus Jones, Cam, Taylor, Brett. Obviously, Amber Davis. I'm not getting to him. Oh Jesus. Alabama scares. But yeah, man, Kobe Bryant. That's neat. Joe Hayden is getting up in age, so I can see why he did.
They let him go.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, they did let him go. All right. You picked Rodman for the Packers, right?
Yeah.
They got Treylon Burks as well, so those two needs are filled. I think they need a linebacker, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm going Leo Chenal. Just keep him in Wisconsin. Could go tight end too, but I think tight ends will fly the board in the third though, for real.
Yeah.
Trey McBride, Jelani Woods from Virginia, freaking Jalen Watermeyer, Trey Likely.
Now, this pick might be viewed as a little crazy because I like who they have, but they don't tend to re-sign running backs. Most running backs in New England are one-contract guys. If you look at it, with the guys that they draft, Sony Michel, one contract. Guys before James White wasn't there. James White might be the only guy that made two contracts. But I am going to go and give them the first running back off the board because I think Damian Harris has a great season this year, and he might outprice himself. So I'm going to go with Breece Hall.
Top back. It would be a need if that team was constructed underneath somebody else. Like, of course, Belichick, being who he is, wouldn't draft the running back this high. Like I mentioned before.
He drafted Sony Michel in the first round.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think Breece Hall could be a first rounder as well.
He could be. He could be.
I can see him being a Buffalo Bill or a Chief right now. Like, honestly, at this point.
I thought about him to the Chiefs at 50. I did.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely would love to see that as a Chief fan. Yeah, we would. I think corner's probably a bigger need. So yeah, McCreary is definitely a good pick for them though.
Yeah, I think they can get a solid back in the third or fourth.
Yeah, still got Kenneth Walker on the board, Isaiah Spiller, James Cook, Brian Robinson, obviously. So yeah, who did? Jabo and who else? Oh, Elam.
No. Pickens. Remember?
Oh, Pickens. Oh yeah, Elam went to the Bengals. Is right.
Bengals.
Cardinals. McDuffie. Okay. They need a receiver. AJ Green is up in age. Hopkins
Kirk
off
go.
the injury. Huh?
They let Kirk go.
Yeah, I would let his ass walk too far. That money.
Oh, without a doubt. Kick rocks.
You can have him, sir. David Bell's falling off. Wandale Robinson could be a reach. Jalen Tolbert there. I think I'm gonna go.
Go Tolbert. That's a solid one.
What about Kingsley Agbari, the edge?
Maybe.
Josh Pascal.
I'm not high on Pascal. Not as high as some people are.
Me either. He's just a top edge according to PFF right now.
PFF is trash.
The Marvin Lib could replace JJ Watt. Cameron Thomas.
I don't even know if I would consider Will an edge.
Oh no, definitely not. But if I say he replaced JJ Watt in that at that
295 pounds.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's definitely a 3-4 edge at this point. At this point. Who was it? Is it Tolbert? Got Tolbert, David Bell, Wandale Robinson. Who else is that receiver? Justin Ross. They make it wait to the second, then the third. Yeah, I'm going with Kingsley.
Dallas back on the board.
You did a crazy pick for Dallas. Who's that?
Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah. I can see that.
Let me see who the linebackers are.
You said linebackers?
Yeah.
Clay Walker, Brian Asamoah, and Troy Anderson, Chad Moma. So there you go.
Let me get Asamoah, and so that way they can play. They keep the speed in the middle, and they can play Parsons on the edge.
The edge, yeah. That's a good one. I went Booth in the first. Still need some offensive line help. Defense interior. You got Logan Hall. He's closer to Ed Oliver than I would like. For Darren Mathis, don't have rank very high. Cole Strange getting some love. Walker. How you like that pick?
That's what I was waiting on. That's what I was waiting on. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. I let him slip a little bit further.
I was looking at bigger needs first. I was just make sure all the guys were gone. Just had to make sure, Yeah, Kenneth Walker, add him to Zach Moss and Devin Singletary, and give him more balance to build offense.
Who did we give him earlier in the second round?
The Falcons?
Yeah. You gave him a safety, didn't you?
No, they got
Drake Jackson.
And then they got Garrett Wilson.
All right, they got Stingley,
yeah. So, corner and edge.
Defense, corner and deep, and an edge. You know what?
Sam Howell.
Give me Tolbert.
Who?
Jalen Tolbert,
Jalen Tolbert.
the wide
Okay.
receiver.
Wide receiver out of South Alabama. All right. Green Bay Packers back on the clock. I gave them Leo Snow earlier. We gave them Bernard Raymond
Burks.
and Burks. Yeah. Mm. Um, I know they were eyeing Devontae Wyatt earlier in the draft process to go along with Kenny Clark. So Logan Hall and Marvin Leo could be a pick there. Um, Trey McBride there too. You believe in Robert Tonyan?
I mean, it's never bad to have a two tight end system if you know how to use them.
Huh?
It's never bad to have two tight ends if you know how to use them.
Yeah. Traylon Burks, Trey McBride. That'd be crazy. Mm, mm. What about Martin Emerson from Mississippi State? I know they like to play Zaire Alexander in the slot sometimes.
No, it wouldn't be a bad one.
He just makes too low on this thing though. All right. I think we'll just go with Logan Hall. Team to add to their defense.
Carry on Winfrey. Go ahead and get Sweet replacement.
Oh yeah, missed that on Wyatt, so I might as well. Oklahoma's had for them to be normally a bad defense. They got some players, man.
Yeah.
All right. Niners. They picked up Ward from Kansas City. The corner might not be as a big of need as it used to be. I'm hearing a lot with Nick Crosby connected to the 49ers. It seems like an ideal pick. Chiefs.
Give me Isaiah Spiller.
Isaiah Spiller. Running back out of Texas A&M. I think he's better than all them guys.
He had a slow 40.
Yeah, no. I think he plays faster than what he actually is.
Had him that low?
Going into the season, I had him going first round to the Cardinals. Bengals. Just the offensive line. think Darian Kennard is my pick here.
Oh, I already know where I'd go.
Huh?
I already know who I'd pick.
You don't know? You do know.
I do.
Who?
You're not looking at the position.
What position?
Who they lose this offseason.
Huh?
Who they lose this offseason on the offensive side.
The Bengals. Who did they lose? Oh, CJ. The zip. That dude.
Uzuma.
Yeah. I was like, bro, who they lose? They got Chase, they got T, they got Tyler, they got Joe, they got Joe again.
They got
Yeah.
Joe. 2 Joes.
Man, what? Yeah. So Trey McBride. No, I want him to go to Denver so bad. I want to keep Trey Bride in Colorado. All right.
I'm not picking them.
Damn. Oh shit, they messed it up. That's supposed to be Trey McBride, not Sailor.
All right, and the last pick of tonight is going to be
Chad Mama.
who do I want?
Chad Mama.
That wouldn't be a bad one. It would not be a bad one.
I know.
You know what? No, they got Justice Simmons at safety. They brought back Kareem Jackson, who has moved to safety as he's gotten older. But this is probably his last ride.
Yeah.
I am going to go Nick Cross. All right, now, dadgummit, you picked him. Dadgummit.
With the 49. Kirby Joseph's there. Kirby Joseph. Yeah, that's the only guy. O'Neal, but he probably can go.
Nah, he's a late round pick.
Yeah.
Daggone, man, that broke my heart. I'm going to go. I feel like they got a lot more holes on defense. Let's go Quay Walker.
Good pick. It was either him or Chad for me. Chad. Mama.
Let's see how terrible our draft is.
Huh?
Let's see how terrible they say our draft is.
Grading your draft. It's gonna be a bad grade because those fuck ups I did. What's the grade? Okay. What's your favorite pick of the draft?
The Jets getting Sauce and Kyle Hamilton in the first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Worst pick of the draft, Malik Willis to the Saints. Terrible.
Somebody is salty.
Feel like I've been swimming in the ocean.
But who would you pick if you was the Saints? Who you picking that spot?
I would have gone Raymond, Bernard Raymond.
With both quarterbacks in there?
Yep. I have faith in Jameis. And if not, work some magic, draft a guy early next year.
I I think Tyler Lindenbaum could have filled a little more.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely.
I think the Vikings would have went probably with Jordan Davis. I need some interior run defense. They got some solid edge um, already. Um, my favorite pick, mm, probably Drake London to the Texans. I think any receiver in that spot really,
Yeah.
especially after going with Evan Neal, giving David Mills some protection.
No, it's a solid pick.
Hmm. All right, that's the end of the 2 round mock draft between X's and O Sports, Xavier Houston, and Sports Talk with KC. KC, obviously. Before we go ahead and pull up your social media handles and where they can find you at.
Yes, sir. One more time, you can find me at X's and O's Sports. Just type it in XSOS Sports. It'll pull up just about anywhere. Find me on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. You can find me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. And of course, you can find me on Facebook, X's and O's Sports. It's Xavier Houston. I appreciate it, man. Always a blast. Definitely want to see how wrong we were next week when the draft actually rolls around. But brother,
Mm-hmm.
it's always a pleasure getting to chat and talk sports with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we can get another draft in between now and next week, and do some trades and see how it
Woo!
shakes out the draft.
Yeah, that'll be a one round.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, man. As always, please like, share, subscribe to Title Town TV on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever you get the podcast needs from. It's your boy back again, Karan Goodell. See y'all next week. Good night.
Yes, sir. And to my TikTok, I appreciate all y'all. Nothing but love.